Good morning. It is Monday, April 17th, 2023. I am back here for Daily Shakeup number 700. Very excited about that number. And today I want to talk about this play based upon Harper Lee's book, To Kill a Mockingbird, an incredible book that most of us read in school, a movie that came out in the 1960s that won several Academy Awards, and now it's a play. And I was really honored I got to see it this past Friday night here in Tampa. Richard Thomas, you might remember from the Waltons, John Boy, starred as Atticus Finch, the lawyer who's representing the African-American man accused of rape. And the play is it's epic, just like the book, like the movie. In fact, I've been talking about it this weekend, and it's interesting how many people, when I mentioned it, have said, oh my God, it's one of my favorite books. In fact, I talked to one friend on Saturday, and his comment was, I have the book right here. He said, I want that book in my casket. Think about how a book must impact someone to want it to be in their casket. And here's the thing, there is so much we can take from the show, but I want to share with you a particular line that I saw in the show or heard in the show when Atticus Finch, played by Richard Thomas, is basically making his closing argument, right? He's making his closing argument to the court about what the verdict should be. And it's a beautiful closing statement. It has so much to it, but this is what he says in the middle, right near the end of the closing argument. We can't go on like that. We know that. So let's hasten the change. Let's hasten the end of the beginning. Let's do it right now in Maycomb. Let's begin with justice. And what was pretty incredible was when Richard Thomas said those lines on Friday night, the majority of the audience began to applaud. It wasn't the end. It wasn't like this wrap-up song, but that phrase, we can't go on like this. We know that. So let's hasten the change. Let's hasten the end of the beginning. Let's do it right now in Maycomb, the town they were in. Let's begin with justice. And the incredible news is that this message resonates with so many people in the audience. And the challenging part about it is this movie was based upon a time in the 1930s. That's what the book was about, the 1930s. The movie came out in the early 1960s. So many of us have read the book, seen the movie, or both, and yet here we are. Here we are, and the audience, it's empowering, but it's also challenging when you sit here and you hear that line, and so many people in the audience are saying yes, by applauding, yes, let's hasten the change. Let's do it now. We can't go on like this. There are so many things that are happening in our world today, in our country, in our communities, in our schools, in our workplaces, in our organizations, in our teams. We're not getting it. And it's not just about racial issues. It's about our separation and our difference and our inability to communicate, our inability or unwillingness just to listen to others and to hear them. I just am resonating with this line all weekend. We can't go on like this. So in your leadership, I asked you to consider where in your realms, multiple realms, does that statement resonate for you? We can't go on like this. So identify it, and most importantly, what are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do to hasten the change that is the beginning of the end? Where are you willing to lead to hasten the change? That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you, and by all means, stay connected.